He is captured by a band of cruel slave traders, led by a man who sees children as nothing more than currency. Tien is beaten, chained, and forced into hard labor, but the spark of his father's fire hasn't gone out. When he tries to escape, the slavers decide to make an example of him. They throw him into a deep, muddy pit containing a massive prehistoric crocodile that hasn't been fed in weeks. The slavers watch from above, laughing, expecting a slaughter. But something in Tien snaps. Driven by pure, unyielding rage, he doesn't run from the beast. He hunts it. In a display of raw survival, he leaps onto the crocodile's back and slays it with a jagged bone. Watching from the cliffs above is Chernang, the legendary leader of the Fabu guerrilla bandits. He sees the demon inside the boy and orders his men to clear out the slavers. He adopts Tien, but was it mercy? Or did he recognize the royal blood flowing through the boy's veins? Chernang takes Tien to the hidden mountain fortress of the Fabu. This is a sanctuary for outcasts and the world's most dangerous martial artists. Chernang vows to turn Tien's pain into power. For the next 10 years, we follow Tien's grueling evolution. This isn't a quick montage. We see him mastering the technical precision of every style from across Asia. He spends years perfecting the ancient Thai elbow strikes of Muay Boran and the double sword warfare of Krabi Krabong. He travels to learn the fluid, unpredictable movements of Chinese Kung Fu and the brutal efficiency of Indonesian Silat. He even masters the art of fighting on the backs of war elephants, using the massive animals as tactical extensions of his own body. As an adult, he must face his final trial, a back-to-back gauntlet against the bandit camp's greatest champions. He dominates them with a fusion of styles that no one has ever seen before. Chernang names him the new leader, but Tien's heart is elsewhere. He is finally ready to go home and find the man who burned his world. But does he know the truth about the men standing beside him? Tien's crusade begins at the slaver compound from his childhood. He returns not as a victim, but as a storm. We see every beat of the fight, how he uses his environment, swinging from rafters and using heavy weaponry to dismantle dozens of mercenaries. He finds the head slava and delivers a brutal finality, but the hunger for revenge only grows. His ultimate target is Lord Rajasena's fortress. Knowing he can't just walk in, Tien uses his knowledge of the arts to disguise himself as a masked con dancer for a royal festival. The tension builds as he performs inches away from the man who killed his family. Then, in a sudden explosion of movement, the mask comes off. He slaughters his way up the palace stairs, facing elite guards and mysterious warriors. He finally stands before Rajasena and drives his blade home. He watches the warlord fall. But why does the palace feel like it's closing in on him? Tien retreats to the ruins of his family home, seeking the peace he's been denied for a decade. But the silence is broken by the arrival of the crow demons, masked assassins who fight with a supernatural, predatory speed. Just as Tien is being overwhelmed, Chernang and the bandits arrive, but the relief is short-lived. Chernang reveals the soul-crushing truth. Years ago, he was the one Rajasena hired to kill Tien's parents. The man who raised him, the man who taught him to fight, is the man who swung the blade that killed his father. This leads to a tragic, rain-soaked duel of steel against steel, master versus student. Chernang, unable to live with the guilt of the boy he grew to love, allows himself to be impaled on Tien's sword. But as he dies, a new figure emerges from the mist. Lord Rajasena enters the village, revealed to be alive. He survived Tien's attack through a combination of heavy hidden armor and dark, mystical rituals that make him nearly immortal. Tien is now physically broken and spiritually shattered by Chernang's betrayal. He unleashes one final, frantic stand against hundreds of Rajasena's soldiers. He fights until his weapons shatter and his body literally gives out. Overpowered by sheer numbers, Tien is beaten into the mud and bound in heavy iron chains. As he is dragged away to the dungeons to face a public execution, the screen fades to black on the darkest cliffhanger in martial arts history. The legend doesn't end here. You have to see how Tien rises from the ashes in our Ong Bak 3 recap coming next. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the conclusion.